In the Cowboy capital of the world, Stephenville, Texas, the stage is set at the Tarleton State Softball Complex for a marquee midweek showdown. For the first time ever, the second-ranked team in the nation comes to town as the Tarleton State Texans play host to the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Hello, everybody. Byron Anderson alongside Kendra Sheehan, as this one has all the makings of a big-time matchup. Texas Tech brings star power into Stephenville. Everybody knows Ajiri Canaday is one of the most dominant players in all the country, but you could argue her teammate, Caitlin Terry, has been just as impressive, Kendra.
Caitlin Terry is having an electrifying year. The UCLA transfer is batting .568 on the season. That's good for fourth best in the nation. She's a two-way player who's been just as good inside the circle. A perfect 12-0 on the season for win-loss record, 77 total strikeouts on the year.
Two elite two-way players leading the charge for the Red Raider team just swept Central Florida and is now 30-2 on the season, but Tarleton State has plenty of firepower on the other side as well. Sophomore Shelby Schultz has been outstanding to start the season again.
This Texas Tech high-powered offense gets to go against the sophomore standout from Tarleton State, Shelby Schultz. She pitched a complete 7-inning game and a 5-inning run rule this past weekend, 18 total strikeouts. She's back in the lineup after missing a few weeks due to an injury, and she is looking just as good as she was before.
Schultz earned Mid-Major Pitcher of the Week honors after leading the Texans to a 3-1 series win over Rhode Island to move to 21-3 after that series win, looking to make a statement against one of the best teams in the country. It's a midweek matchup with a postseason feel. Comes your way next, right here on ESPN+. National anthem is over. We're ready to go. Byron Anderson and Kendra Sheehan here with you. And in the circle for the Texans, it'll be the sophomore Shelby Schultz, number 13 from Temple, Texas. Her numbers on the season very impressive, and coming off a really big award. She gets the Mid-Major Pitcher of the Week award. That was awarded a little bit earlier today. Kendra, she has been good, as we said just a couple of minutes ago in the open.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Shelby Schultz. And it was funny when I talked to head coach Mark Kumpion, he had said that she's been a little bit more frustrated this year than last year, saying her strikeout numbers haven't been as good. They've been really working on a few different things with her pitches. Now they're working on getting her endurance up for conference play, but she's still just as good.
To look at the Red Raiders lineup, it'll be Davis, Terry, Williams, Burns, Liz, Peniel, Quiroga, Tony and Valdez to get things going. And, of course, Jerry Glasgow in his second season, in his first season with Texas Tech, that tremendous run they had to end up being the runner-up in the national tournament. Got his ladies playing really good again, number 2 in the nation. Can't do much better than that at 30-2. Should be a fun matchup today. About ready. Texans in the white unis with the purple pinstripes, purple socks, and Tarleton State across the front of their chest. It'll be Maya Davis stepping into the play. Davis, the leader in hits in all the nation over her career with over 300 to this point. She'll start things off as batting .463 on the season with 5 home runs and 30 runs batted in. Schultz, first pitch, showing bunt, pulling it back is Davis, and we are underway as the first pitch of ball.
This is a great matchup for Tarleton State. They're starting conference play this Friday against UT Arlington, and this is a great test for them in their own ballpark.
Yeah, not going to get much better test throughout all this season, and the first time Texas Tech comes here, and obviously we'll talk about it in a minute, but maybe the best pitcher in all of softball right now, not just in college softball, but in all in softball. And how often do you get to say, if you're somebody like Shelby Schultz or any of these Texan hitters, you get to go up against somebody who's the best in the world?
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. A great test, and I mean, she's just such a decorated softball player. One of the most well-known, $1 million signee for Texas Tech, has just been so good, and it's an honor to be able to witness and call one of her games.
Yeah. Of course, as that one's hit to the left side, coming in as the left fielder, and a nice catch for Tarleton State as J.J. Duke, who had a home run this weekend in the series against Rhode Island, flashes the leather as well with a diving catch down the left field line, and it's a good way to start. Schultz wants strikeouts, but how about a little bit of a glove from her teammate?
And that's what this infield and outfield is going to have to do, because Texas Tech is going to find a way. J.J. Duke, she was in center field last year. She knows how to cover a ton of ground, and she showcased that here.
That one over for a strike as the 2-hole hitter. Caitlin Terry was the young lady we featured to start the game for the Red Raiders, and you could argue that she's been as good or almost better than Kennedy across the lineup this season. She's 12-0 inside the circle. She won't start there. And really good at the plate, batting .560 on the season from Glendale, Arizona.
She's just so mature in the box. She finds a way to get on base. She's just been batting in that 2-hole, has been a huge part of this offense. So impressive what she's able to do. First year with the team. This is a team that is built on a lot of transfers. Head coach Jerry Glasgow brings in the #1 recruiting class this year. He did that last year as well, and you can tell with this lineup.
Yeah, it has impressive numbers up and down as that one misses outside, even the count. 5 home runs, 32 RBIs for Terry as they're coming off a weekend sweep in Big 12 conference play of Central Florida are the Red Raiders. 2-2 pitch. Off-speed one that misses just outside. Count runs full to 3-2.
And a big thing for Schultz is going to be trying to get ahead in the count. It's going to be tough against an offense like this one, but that's going to help keep her composure, keep her confidence as this game goes on.
3-2 chopped to the left side, and the backhand attempt by Runyon. She can't get it, and it will be off her glove, and it will end up being a single with an error on the play down to shortstop. And so Red Raiders have a runner in scoring position as one of the best power hitters in the nation comes to the plate in Maya Williams.
You have to keep in mind, this is almost a completely new infield for Tarleton State, and that was one of the areas that head coach Mark Kumpion had said was a big question mark. There's been a lot of errors this season just as these players get adjusted to a different lineup and trying to find that chemistry in that infield.
Williams, a .518 average on the year, 11 home runs, 41 RBI, which is good for the team lead for the Red Raiders. 1-0 pitch. Fouled straight back. Sellout crowd here in Stephenville today. It's been sold out since basically the moment that the tickets went on sale. As Williams, the junior out of Windermere, Florida, 5'10", but hits with that bat like she's 6'4". That one hit hard down the left field line, and it is into the parking lot and out of here. And it got out quick, a 2-run laser by Williams down the left field line. And just like that, Texas Tech jumps on the board.
It was just a great swing by Williams. This is a first-year transfer with the program from Florida. She was a huge part of Florida's run in the World Series last year. And you just look at what she was able to do. I mean, that was tattooed out of the park, no doubter, as soon as it left her barrel.
Only question was, would it stay foul or fair? And it did, as it just wraps around that foul pole down the left field line. As now Jasmine Burns, the designated player, steps in. First pitch to Burns, misses outside. Burns, a .357 average on the year, 6 home runs, 20 RBI. Only one player in the lineup that does not have a home run yet this season. That's Valdez down at the bottom of the order. That one misses low, and Burns ahead of the count, 2-0. As Schultz, well, what a test for Tarleton State in this group, facing one of the better pitchers, the best pitcher in the nation, in Kennedy, and also one of the best lineups in all the nation. As now 2-1 is that one over for a strike. Schultz got the first out on a great diving play by our left fielder, J.J. Dukes, and then the 2-run shot by Williams. Swung on and fouled into the catcher's mitt, 2-2. And Schultz went up the ladder and got the strike.
And even though Schultz is a sophomore, I mean, she has so much experience. She was last year a big part of that offense and defense last year. And this is just a big test for her to have that short memory.
That one fouled down the right side. Giving chase is the right fielder Wilson, but she won't be able to track it down. And the count will stay even at 2-2.
And I'm sure Coach Kumpion had talked to Schultz about this, that you're going up against Texas Tech. They might put a lot of runs on the board early, and it's just about going back to what you know. She's a high-velocity pitcher. She reached 70 last year.
That one over for a strike on the outside corner. Schultz records her first strikeout of the game, and it's 2-0 Tech with 2 outs. Is that one right on the corner? Good framework behind the plate by Hayden Fox, the catcher for Tarleton State. Really pulled that one inside just a little bit, back over to the dish. Now it's Jackie Liss, the first baseman, the senior, batting .388, 5 home runs, 25 RBIs. Looks at a first pitch ball.
Hayden Fox behind the dish for the Texans has been so good. The 4-year player for this program has just gotten better and better, and she's a big part of keeping your pitchers in check, making sure their battery is at the level it needs to be. Do I need to call a break? And her and Schultz work really, really well together.
Where's 0-0 on her back? Don't see 0-0 much anymore as that one hits straight at the center fielder. Backing up is DeBose, and that will do it. But the Red Raiders strike first with a 2-run shot from Williams. They lead 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. Earlier today, Eric Hout, the new head men's basketball coach at Tarleton State University, had the honor of throwing out the first pitch in this game. Let's see how he does as he tells the Red Raiders to, hey, watch out. This is not my sport. but I think he did a pretty good job, Kendra.
Hey, yeah, he was introduced this morning. I mean, got the crowd pumped up and really excited to see what he brings to this program for the men's basketball. Brand new EECU Center opened up this year. This program continues to be on the up and up, and excited to see where he takes it.
Starting lineup for the Texans: Fox, Wilson, Schultz, Duke, Bunnell, Runyon, Vojkovic, Wittrom, and DeBose. And they will have probably their stiffest challenge of the season. Nigeri Kennedy is the pitcher, and her numbers, as usual, really impressive. The senior right-handed pitcher, 11-2 on the year, 73 innings pitched. She struck out 99 and just walked 19 on the season, an ERA of 1.44. And she's hacking to start things off, fouls it straight back.
Hey, you got to be aggressive when going up against an elite pitcher like Kennedy. I mean, she's described as an assassin inside the circle, and you'll certainly be able to see that, just one strikeout away from 100 on the season.
And we are 30 there. This will be their 33rd game on the year, as they're 30-2, the number 2 team in the nation. They were number 3 last week, got bumped up this morning to number 2, just behind Texas, and then Oklahoma right behind Texas Tech. As Kennedy spins that ball in the glove, goes to the plate. Good job laying off of the pitch up out of the zone. 2 runs on a 2-run shot by Williams, the second baseman. You see the numbers, 1 strikeout away from 100 out of Topeka, Kansas. Fouled off again to the right side. Good job by Hayden Fox, the catcher for the Texans, batting .340 on the year. No home runs, 18 RBIs, but she's getting her hacks in.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to see from Hayden Fox, your senior, your leadoff hitter. Patience at the plate, keep fighting, and really extend this at-bat.
1-2 pitch. That one outside.
One of the things about Kennedy is she's so versatile. I mean, she's got a high velo pitch. She can get up to 77 miles an hour. She's got a lethal changeup, a really good rise ball that we'll see.
Oh, Fox even kind of jumped right there and thought that she was headed back to the dugout, carrying her bat. But the umpire behind the plate says no, and I don't, might have been a little up in the zone, obviously, is the call, because I was right down the pipe. That one a strike on the inside corner. And she didn't get it on the first pitch down the middle. She got it on the inside corner to record strikeout number 100 on the season. And guess what? It took just one batter.
Just one batter. She's now 26 strikeouts away from 1,000 in her career as well. Just one of 2 active players currently in the NCAA to have over 900 strikeouts on their career.
And with a deep tournament run, you could see her once again approaching that 1,000 mark, as probably 30 or so more games, as Michaela Wilson comes to the plate, the freshman, batting .385 for Tarleton. Looks at the pitch there off the plate. It's 2-0. Wilson over 400 coming into this last weekend. Her numbers dropped a little bit this weekend, but still one of the better performers. And another freshman, that Mark Coupion, the head coach for the Texans, who just won his 300th game, has been able to find, kind of going across the nation and picking out players. He's done a good job. 10th year at Tarleton State for Coupion. Just picked up his 300th win as Wilson out of New Braunfels, Texas.
Hey, if you're a freshman and you're getting to play and hit against Kennedy, I mean, what more could you ask for? In your own ballpark as well, great experience.
That might have been a recruiting selling point for him going into the season. Hey, you know what? You can come and you can play against the best in the world. How about that? I think a lot of young ladies would say, okay, and sign me up. And it seems like he's found a couple of good ones as the count evens at 2-2. Swung on a miss. 2 up, 2 down, 2 strikeouts for Kennedy, as she is living up to her name as the best pitcher in the world very early in this one. As I don't know what she switched out there. As see the replay, fastball high and outside. Wilson not able to catch up with the heat. That'll bring to the plate Texans Casey Schultz. First pitch to her, swung on and popped into left center field. Underneath it is Davis. She calls off the left fielder, and she'll make the catch, and 3 down for Tarleton State. So no runs on no hits, a couple of strikeouts for Kennedy as she rolls in the first. 2-0 the score, Red Raiders, as we move to the second. Defense, Duke made the great play to start things off and left. DeBose in center, Wilson in right. Pennell in third, Runyon at short, Wittrom at second base, and Boykovic over at first. And then the catcher is Fox as Schultz on the mound. And she will face off with Taylor Pennell, the third baseman, for Texas Tech. Batting at .376 on the season, 5 home runs, 31 RBI. She looks at a first pitch strike, 0-1.
You look at this offense top to bottom for Texas Tech. Of course, you're going to get production out of the top of the lineup, but really 5 through 9 were really good against Central Florida, and they've just had complete production top to bottom. I mean, they're top 5 in the nation in 15 different statistical categories.
Coach Glasgow, not just a good recruiter, a good coach as well, doing a good job of bringing some of those players lower in the order, bringing them around midway through the season. As this one hit hard to left field, it'll be over the left fielder's head and Duke. And here comes the throw into second base, and it's not in time. A good slide by Pennell, and it will be another double for her as she slides into second base on the season now. Make that 7, as she is 4th on the team in that number, and she got into that one and hit it off the wall.
Yeah, just a great attack at the plate. I mean, gets that one over the head of J.J. Duke, and a nice throw from Duke, nice and strong to get there quickly, just a little bit off the mark that allowed Pennell to slide into second.
Quiroga now steps to the plate, the left fielder, batting .373 on the season, 10 home runs, 29 RBI. And she's got a duck on the pond over there at second in Pennell. That one over for a strike to even the count at 1-1. 2-run shot in the first by Maya Williams. Got the scoring started for Tech, and they've started the second with a bang off the left field wall. Runner on second. That pitch misses up and out, 2-1. 2 hits, 2 runs thus far for Texas Tech. They look for win number 31 on the season. One down, a little bit out. Good hitters count at 3-1 for Quiroga.
And part of the frustration from Schultz this year is the strikeout numbers. Coach Kumpion had talked to her about, hey, look, everyone now has film on you. Last year they didn't. And so she's been working to add tools to her toolbox so that she's not just that high velocity, pound the zone pitcher.
Got to be able to do it with movement and with speed changes as well, especially when you play a team as good as Texas Tech, as now the shortstop, Haley Toney, will come to the dish. Batting .347 on the season, 3 home runs, 20 RBI for the sophomore. As Stephanie Phillips, the pitching coach for the Texans, coming out to talk to her starter. And the horse for the Texans inside the circle on the season in Schultz. Just a little strategy
Yeah, like this break, you have 2 runners on. You just walked your first batter. Hey, let's just take a minute. Let's reset. Let's figure out what our game plan is for the bottom of the order, because likely they're going to turn it over with no outs on the board back to the top of the lineup.
It's either that or a real long cough, as she had her hand in front of her face the whole time. As
Either or.
one of the two. I'm going to guess
what
probably what you said. That's why we have you on color here. As runners on first and second, nobody out here. Already 2 runs across at the top of the first. Is Tony back in the box and ready to go? Tony, the only sophomore in this lineup. Big spot here. Pops that one into left field. Should be an easy play for Duke. Calls off the shortstop in Runyon and reels it in for out number 1. As whatever Coach Phillips said worked, at least to that point.
And with Schultz, she's not necessarily getting the strikeout numbers as she was last year. Still really, really good. But now a lot of the times it's pitching to contact, so she's relying on some of those pop-up balls for her outfield, and the infield is where they've struggled a bit. But she's more pitching to contact this year than her freshman campaign.
We get a pinch hitter early in this game for Coach Glasgow, as it will be number 8, Desiree Spearman, as she will step in a big spot here for both these teams early on. Spearman on the season, a .375 hitter, 7 home runs, 30 RBIs. You can bring him off the bench with 7 home runs and 30 RBIs. You got a pretty good crew. That one over for a strike on the inside part of the plate. It doesn't stop the old, they called the Yankees hitters back in the day in the 1920s murderer's row, and that's what it's got to feel like for Schultz here early on. But she's doing a pretty good job managing here, as that one just outside runs the count to 1-1.
Yeah, I like the way that Schultz is keeping her composure. She's gotten behind in the count a few times, but she's doing a good job really trying to paint the corners and mix up the movements a little bit more.
Catches the corner on the outside there to make it 1-2. 33 pitches in. She's got 4 outs and has given up 2 runs. As Spearman, the pinch hitter, batting for the 9-hole hitter. Swing and a miss there. So good job there. Second strikeout of the game by Schultz, and she's 1 out away from wiggling away from trouble here.
Yeah, I think if Tarleton State can escape this inning without having any runs across, I think it gives them a little bit of momentum, as she was chasing that one high.
Yeah, went up the ladder for the high cheddar. As back to the top of the order, swinging back is Maya Davis. Davis 0 for 1, a great catch down the left field line, kept her from recording another hit as J.J. Duke stole one on. 0-1 the count. First and second, 2 outs here, top of the second inning. Showing bunt, trying to lay it down, but fouled straight back, and the count quickly 0-2. And Schultz with a chance to get out of trouble. If she does that here, this may be Stephanie Phillips' visit to the mound of the year.
Absolutely. And, you can already tell she's kind of got that swagger to her. 2 strikeouts already on the day against Texas Tech. She settles in. We could be in for a really good game.
This one down the left field line, and that one's placed perfectly. Duke won't be able to get to it. The throw into third base, and they call her safe. And I think Mark Kupion may ask to challenge this one, as looked like the throw from Duke, which was very close. Bang, bang, at least on the play. The officials talking it over in the middle of the field. Maybe the third base umpire will get it. Yeah, it's pretty bang, bang. Might have got that hand in there. What'd you think?
I think that it was the pitch, or the throw rather, was up high, and so when she brought it down, I think she was already safe. But from that angle, let's see if we can get another angle.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what we think. They're actually going to go take a look at it and review it here. As
an opportunity to be 1-0 on the year on challenges, though. I'm going to say it stays the same. No overturn.
It's Quiroga over there. Pinnell came around to score. That run will count, I believe, as I think she got there before the throw got to third. Again, we're going to have to double check on that. You see some of the Tarleton State students. Oh, I think that man got her. That hand didn't look like it was in there. It's really hard to tell. That's a good view. Looked like she donked her on the head. Donked her right on the head with it.
Yeah, great angle there.
Kind of, you know what kind of slide that is right there? That's a scorpion slide where your feet come over your head. That's a scorpion slide there.
That's when you're going too fast down the slip and slide.
This old baseball terminology there is you kind of lean too far forward and the feet come over your head, and the next day you need to see the chiropractor.
Yeah,
so,
with that slow-mo angle, I think she might have gotten her.
I think something else they're going to have to review is on that wide angle, I don't know if we have it, whether or not the runner at home crossed the plate, because if the out is, of course, before the runner crosses the plate, the run won't count either, and never want to make that third out at third base, and that'll be the shortest throw that J.J. Duke ever makes, because that was literally like a 10-foot throw, perfectly placed. You can see why Davis has had so many hits over her career, such great bat control, and just flared it right over the third baseman's head.
Yeah, and that's just a perfect spot because you're guaranteed almost to get to base. It's a hard spot for the infield to run back, so your outfield, depending on how far out they are, they've got to come in. So J.J. Duke, I mean, she has the speed, so she was able to read that well and make the throw, and we'll see what happens with the call.
If this one gets overturned, she'll have a couple of great plays, both against Maya Davis. Now, the hit, of course, will count, but it'll move from a double to a single. Officials there reviewing the play once again. We'll take a look at it. Still think that she was out. I do not think the run scored. That's hard to tell there at the bottom because we can't see the plate. I think the umpire at home was watching that, and they have not put that run up on the board, so it'll be interesting to see what they rule there. So a couple of pieces to this review as Coach Glasgow talking about the play as well. He thought they had a great view of it right in front of him. Can't get any closer than that. Byron Anderson, Kendra Sheehan, thank you for joining us for coverage of this matchup between the number 2 team in the nation in the Red Raiders and the Tarleton State Texans. Waiting for a review here on a play at third base, and you know, sometimes you say, well, this is taking forever, but you want them to get it right, don't you?
Absolutely, and especially with a play like this for Tarleton State, it can change the momentum. Texas Tech, they can tack on a run here and continue to add to their lead, so it is a big call early on.
Here's the official play, and she is out. The run does score, he says, so that will end the inning, but another run comes across for the Red Raiders. They increase the lead to 3-0 here from Stephenville, Texas. Bottom of the second inning. And it will be 4-5-6 Duke, Pinnell, and Runyon to face off with Kennedy as the first pitch misses inside as J.J. Dukes made a couple of nice plays in left field. She's got a nice put out on a sliding catch and also now an assist that ended last inning, but the run came across for the Red Raiders. 1-1 pitch fouled off to the right side. Early on, at least, some of these Texans getting the bat around and catching up. They haven't been able to straighten it out, but at least, not totally getting overpowered. Now, she has struck out 2 of the 3 batters she's faced, but that's what you're looking for if you're Tarleton State. You just want to compete because you realize probably if you're Mark Coupion, you're a little overmatched.
But I'm liking the long at-bats
Sure.
that, Fox had. They're putting up a fight, they're competing, and this is their first time through as well.
Shoots it into right. Does Duke underneath it to make the catch is Terry, and it's 1 up, 1 down. 4 up, 4 down for Kennedy.
The tough thing about Kennedy is she has so many different pitchers, so even though when we get later in the game and some of these Texans will start to go their second or third time through, she still has the ability to mix it up so well that it will be a challenge each time, no matter how many times you see her.
There's no doubt, as now it's the third baseman for the Texans, Braylon Pinnell, as the junior batting .267. That one misses, 1-1. Kennedy continues to make history. First Red Raider to throw 3 no-hitters in her career, and it's way too early to start talking about that, but we can mention that is the case at least through 4 batters in this game.
That was a really good hold from Pinnell because Kennedy was throwing her rise ball and it went out of the zone, but that's where she gets so many batters, and so good on Pinnell to recognize that.
Back to the plate, swung on and missed. Once again, going to that, when you've got that in your back pocket at any point, you can bring that fastball out and just blow it by hitters. And like you said, changing speeds better than anybody in the nation and in the world, really. That one misses outside to fill up the count, 3-2. And as a hitter, if I was a Texans hitter and I struck out here, I'd be like, well, at least I took her to a full count.
Hey, that's all you can really ask for.
Of course, these hitters expect more. Is that one on the outside part of the plate? Strike 3, caught looking, is Pinnell. And it's 2 up and 2 down now. And to the plate for Tarleton State, the shortstop, senior Madison Runyon will step in with the open stance. Batting .363 on the season. Runyon 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. Hits that one hard down the line. Watch out. Coach Coupion has to step out of the way. Good job. We always joke that the coaches in the coaches' boxes very rarely actually stay in them in baseball. But in softball, it seems like they really do. I think part of the reason is they're so much closer to the plate. It really is, it can come that way screaming. As the 0-1, that one nubbed off the end of the bat. A little spin on it, a little English, and a good job by the second baseman, Williams, to gobble it up and throw over to first. So 3 up, 3 down for the second inning in a row as Texas Tech keeps the lead. It's 3-0 as we head to the third inning here on ESPN+.
Family, service, integrity, loyalty, and security. Each of these values is central to National Farm Life Insurance Company. Purchasing life insurance for the benefit of your loved ones is an important decision. On behalf of our agents in Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico, we look forward to the opportunity to serve you and your family. National Farm Life Insurance.
Triple Crown, you know we'll treat you right. Yeah, get on down to the Triple Crown and pick out your ride. Got what you need, come on, get your keys. Yeah, we got the best deal in town, so get on down to the Triple Crown.
Right now at Triple Crown Ford Lincoln, get 3.9% financing for 60 months on a new F-150 or get 0 for 60 on a new Lincoln Navigator.
Well, we got the best deal in town, so get on down to the Triple Crown.
Top of the third inning, 3-0 lead for Texas Tech, as it will be 2-3-4 to start things off, as Schultz paints the outside corner to start the inning. The Red Raiders, 3 of 9 at the plate, but they have 3 extra base hits already in this game, and the young lady on deck, Williams, with the biggest hit in the game, a 2-run shot in the first, as that one over for a strike. Runs the count to 0-2 in this one.
A really good first 2 pitches from Schultz going up against the monster and Terry.
Terry, 0 for 1. As average all the way down to 553.
Ooh.
What a tough season she's having. Well, 553, obviously stupendous, is the check swing there. Fouled it back. Count stays at 1-2.
One of the things I love about this Red Raiders team is there are so many transfers on this roster. Head coach Jerry Glasgow had talked about he was doing something different this year, trying to bring in a bunch of really high caliber players that have come from different backgrounds, different styles of play, and bringing them into this blended, high-powered offense.
Yeah, got to be tough to bring, all the new faces in and make it work every year, but we're seeing more and more in these transfer portal and NIL times. It's happening all the time because, players want to move around because it benefits them moving later in life and currently as well. It makes it easier for them to go to school and live comfortably. And certainly Texas Tech has taken advantage of that and maybe done it as good as anybody in all the nation.
Yeah, when you have a program and administrative office like Texas Tech that really believes in academics, and you have so many high-profile athletes that have come through that have really helped continue to donate money and build this program. I mean, it's hard not to be able to bring in the type of players that Coach Glasgow has been able to.
Full count and the payoff pitch to Terry. That one hit hard to the left side, and right there, Runyon reels it in. And it is 1 up, 1 down, but that's about as hard as you can hit the ball. And sometimes as a hitter, Kendra, you just kind of tip your hat. You say, I got a good piece of it. I beat the pitcher, but I didn't beat that shortstop.
Yeah, unfortunately, it hit to the one spot that Runyon was standing. Didn't really have to move, but a quality swing with a lot of power off that bat.
Speaking of quality swing, Williams had one of those early in the game, a 2-run shot back in the first that got the Red Raiders out in the lead. She fouls the first pitch back she sees as she was chasing that fastball up in the zone and almost caught up with it for the second time. 0-1. Off-speed pitch down in the turf. 1-1. Williams, as you see, the 2-run home run, 1 for 1. Average at .433 on the season. That was home run number 12 on the years. That one laid down for a bunt. Throw to first. It will not be in time, and Williams, the two-way player in a different way. We've seen the pitchers and hitters. That time it's the power and the speed combination. Saw the power in the first at bat and the speed in that one as she lays down the drag bunt and beats it out.
Yeah, at a great bunt, you can see she just puts it in perfect placement, forcing Pinnell to have to come over, and has so much speed. I mean, she truly can do it all for this team, and that's why she's been a big part of this offense in the 3-hole. Heck
of a play by Pinnell as runner is going down to second base, and again, Williams doing a little bit of everything. She leads this team now and is actually second on the team, tied with Victoria Valdez. That's her 13th stolen base of the season. Maya Davis, the leader, she's got 26. I want to make sure I don't overlook her. She's 26 of 30 in stolen base attempts, but didn't look like the Texans were expecting that there, as the throw from Fox a little bit late down to second base, as that one over for a strike as well to Burns, the designated player.
It just adds another element to what you have to look out for on defense if you're Tarleton State. I mean, so much with this offense of the Red Raiders, but you have to look out for them stealing.
That one popped in the air, center field. DeBose under it for the Texans, makes the catch. Williams will go back to second, and it's 2 down as Schultz an out away from getting out of her first inning without allowing a run, but not over yet as Jackie Liss coming to the dish. Liss 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. Cleanup hitter. Excuse me, check that back. The 5-hole hitter. First pitch to her is over for a strike. 0-1.
Liss is a transfer in from Southern Illinois, and I covered that program 5 years ago, and they have such a quality program there at the mid-major level. She was an all-MVC first team, and it just makes sense that she's able to slide into this Big 12 program and have some success.
Finds them from everywhere, does Coach Glasgow. 1-1 pitch. That one, it looked like he was going to rear up and call it a strike, but it was a ball. And out to give some defensive signals is Fox for the Texans. Make the adjustment. 2-1 count. Runner on second, 2 out. Schultz back to the plate. That one hit hard into center field. Going back is DeBose. Looking up, and that is gone. A 2-run shot to dead center field. Second home run of the game for the Red Raiders. Liz with her 6th home run of the season. It's RBI number 26 and 27. And Schultz can't get out without giving up the runs as that one snuck over the wall in center field.
Yeah, Schultz leaves it over the plate, and Liss takes advantage right over the furthest part out of the ballpark. I mean, so much power on display there for Liss. And you just look at her career. She comes from a big family background. Her father, Joe, owns and operates a softball school, so she learned from an early age. Several of her family members played in the big leagues as well, and so she's learned at an early age that high softball IQ, and she's been really, really good for this program.
Was really, really good there. Got a 2-run shot. Second 2-run shot of the game for the Red Raiders is now coming to the plate. Will be the third baseman, Taylor Pennell. That one over for a strike, evens the count at 1-1. Pennell with a double and scored a run back in the second inning. The only run in that inning for the Red Raiders. That one fouled off to the right side. Couple of good plays by the left fielder, J.J. Duker. This one could be a lot worse situation for Tarleton State.
Yeah, you look at, 5-0, but Bolton doing a great job inside the circle, commanding. You've had some great plays from your outfield, infield as well. And so there are a lot of positives that you can take away if you're the Texans just early on in this.
2-2 the count, 2 out, nobody on. Already 2 across here in the top of the third for the Red Raiders. Pennell hits it up the middle. Diving stop, throw from the knees, and not in time as beating the throw was Pennell. But not by much. It's still a heck of a play by the shortstop Runyon. It got up and threw it down on the ground. Kind of snow cones it. Brings it in, and yeah, you can just see bang, bang play, but the ball got there after the foot hit that safety bag. And I love that safety bag. It's something they implemented years ago in softball, and in the last couple of years they put it in baseball as well. Really made it safer over there at first base. Is that one over for a strike to the 7-hole hitter, Quiroga. She walked and was stranded at first back in the second in her first plate appearance. That one misses outside as well. 1-1.
I really like on that last play from Runyon, she was the one that was credited with the error earlier in the game. And she just did a great job being able to bring that ball down, making sure it didn't get past her to be able to even have a shot at making the play. That's got to give a player like that, who's new to the infield for this program, some confidence.
Yeah, she got the error. I don't know if I agree with that error because she was going into the gap there in the hole, and that was going to be a heck of a throw as this one popped up in the right side. Calling for it is the second baseman, Wittrup. and she'll take the can of corn to finish the inning. 2 more runs come across on the 2-run shot by Liz. 5-0 lead for Texas Tech. With another impressive weekend, and it's really been the story for her over the last, 3 years now. 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, and she gave them just 3 earned runs and struck out 8, and she's off to another good start here today. Kendra.
Yeah, second year with the program, a transfer in initially from Stanford, and she's one of the most recognizable faces, continues to just do work inside the circle. She's got the spirit. She can fire up her team. When you have an offense like this, and that's the pride and joy of Jerry Glasgow, but you have combined that with the type of pitching that Kennedy has provided. I mean, this is a very dangerous, potentially unstoppable team this year.
How many times do you think Kennedy says, just go get me, I just need 1 run. Just go get me 1. As it will be 7-8-9 for Tarleton State as they still look for their first base runner in the, as Isabella Bojkovic comes to the plate for the first time, batting .341 on the season. Texans down 5-0, swings and fouls it straight back. Bojkovic, the first baseman for Tarleton State. One of 3 sophomores in this order for the Texans. 3 home runs, 18 RBI. The sophomore first baseman, that one misses low.
Bojkovic is a player, that you can really be excited about this year. I mean, she was having a pretty good freshman campaign. Then she got injured with her hand. She actually played with a broken hand before having surgery after the year. So now she's getting her first full season. And we can expect a lot of big things from her. I think her best softball is certainly in front of her.
Yeah, played a little bit last year for the Texans, and now kind of settling into that lineup. It makes it, when you're platooning as a freshman, it can be kind of hard to get the feel, especially at the plate. She seems to have done a better job of that this year. Seems pretty comfortable in the box against one of the better pitchers in all the nation.
That's just one of those things that you can't teach, just having that composure, having that poise inside the batter's box at such a young age and with as limited reps as she's had. All signals good things.
1-2 pitch. No outs, nobody on here. Bottom of the 3rd inning, a couple of 2-run shots by the Red Raiders have helped them to a 5-run lead. A 2-run shot in the first and 1 last inning. So Williams and Liss both went deep. Then a run in the second on a double. That one down in the turf. Count now 2-2. 5 runs on 6 hits for the Red Raiders. They will match up on the weekend as that one over for a strike, and the catcher Valdez fires it down before the batter even leaves the box, as another strikeout recorded by Kennedy, as that makes 4 in this game.
What a pretty pitch there. I mean, so much speed just right up the middle. Really, really hard to time that, especially when she was mixing the changeup in there.
Tries to knock down that outside corner, just misses as Addison Wittrup comes to the plate. Got the last put out of the top of the 3rd inning for the Texans. She's batting .381 on the season. That one misses as well. It's a couple of times Kennedy has gotten behind 2-0, but she very quickly answers with a strike after that.
It's not often that you get Kennedy to be behind on the count, but if she does, she certainly is going to deliver on that next pitch.
And she does once again. A swinging strike there by Wittrum, who has not gone deep this season but has 9 RBIs for the Texans.
Yeah, she's been that bottom of the lineup spark for this team. She's a transfer in from Trinity Valley Community College, and she's been consistent for this team to help turn that lineup.
Troy Kuykendall down at third base says that's a strike on the appeal. On the check swing to even the count at 2-2. That one swung through and missed. Strikeout number 5 as they're starting to pile up for the right-handed hurler for Texas Tech. Started the day with 99. She's up to 104 on the season, and you can just see your hands up. Anytime you drop those hands down underneath the ball, it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to get them back up and get that bat to that fastball, especially when somebody's bringing the heater at 7 miles per hour, which I think they equate that to about 104 in baseball miles per hour, which that is fast if you don't know. Only a couple of people have gotten anywhere close to 104 miles an hour at the major league level. 1-1. Fastest, the fastest pitch they say was ever recorded in the major leagues. This is what they say from the documentary Fastball that was on Netflix a while back. 108 by Nolan Ryan, and he did it in the 8th inning back in 1982.
Oh, wow.
For the Astros. That one fouled off to the left side as the center fielder, Mariah DeBose, very quickly a 1-2 count. Softball is a quick-moving sport, but I've noticed Kennedy, she's just all about business. What do they say now? Standing on business and all about just going straight to the plate. She doesn't mess around, goes to that towel and right back to the plate. And you can tell why players like playing behind her as well. Check swing. Did she go? Well, they appeal. They will not. Count evens at 2-2.
I love the little leap. Kennedy thought she had that. And when you're a player that gets in the groove, hey, she likes to just keep going. If she is delivering strikes like she is, why not keep the game moving?
Well, she's done it quite a bit as that one fouled off to the left side. DeBose, the center fielder, batting .299 on the season. No home runs, 12 RBIs. Stays in the at-bat by spoiling a good pitch.
She was teammates with Whitram last year at Trinity Valley Community College, so a nice pair pickup for Coach Cumpion's squad for the bottom of the lineup.
Yeah, Trinity Valley's been a good place for Tarleton State all across sports. They've got a number of really good football players on the team over the years from Trinity Valley. Had some good basketball players, both men's and women's players transfer over. As that one down the left field line, and good defense as Halliman comes over and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So another 3 up, 3 down for Kennedy. 5-0. The Red Raiders on top of the Texans. Who doesn't love a good trivia question? And we'll put it to the test with Kendra Sheehan here. Production crew trivia. What is the name of Coach Glasgow's guided hunting service?
Ooh.
Glasgow Hunting Guides, Crazy Feather Outfielders, Apex Field Guides, Coaches in camo, feather, and foul in outdoors. I'm going to say coaches in camo. How about you?
Okay, I kind of like crazy feather outfitters. I don't think that's one, but that's what I think it should be.
Okay, so from people that are voting from somewhere is 58% for the Apex one, as it will be 8-9-1 to face off with Schultz as a bunt here, and that will be an out, as putting the bunt down was Haley Toney, but it touched her and she was in fair territory, so just like if she was running from first to second, she's out. So one pitch, one out. Shelby Schultz off to a good start here in inning number 2, and you can see it right there as it definitely hit her. And no argument from Coach Glasgow.
Yeah, just a really unlucky ball there. She tried to get out of the way, but took a spin backward and hit her.
So Victoria Valdez will come to the plate for the first time, had a pinch hitter in Desiree Spearman. Her last time up was pinch hit for, but softball rules a little bit different than baseball and come back in the game as that one popped up behind the plate. Watch out for the fans in attendance. A sellout crowd here at Tarleton State University. They redid the stands about 3 years ago, and this is the first time they've had a full sellout since doing that. Seats about 1,000 here. And standing room only as students and community alike enjoying the game, as it's now 2-1 to the 9-hole hitter Valdez.
I mean, it's a perfect day for some softball. I like on our scorecard, our lineups, it says weather conditions, beautiful.
Yes,
nothing
beautiful.
else.
It is a little bit hot for this time of year. If you're watching from somewhere outside of Texas, it's been about 90 degrees over the last couple of days. It's in the high 80s today, so not as bad as it was this weekend. It can be hot on that turf when it gets up to 90. As that one misses low, Valdez will head down to first base as it's back to the top of the order, and Maya Davis coming to the dish. She's 1 for 2. 6 of 16 are the Red Raiders, a .375 average, and now with a runner on, they are 3 for 7 in this game, and 2 of those home runs, as Davis, who had a double over the third baseman's head, her last time up, looks at a first pitch strike, and the other at bat, she flew out to left field. A great catch by J.J. Dukes in left field. See those numbers. Sun can be a little bit of an issue in right field and at second base this time of day, as that one slapped down the third base line and over the third base dugout, which holds the Raiders.
You're also starting to see some shadows on the field on that left side.
Yeah, you can also mess with a batter. As you can see there, you know, the ball will go in and then back out. Never bothered me back in the day when I played when a ball would just come in or out of the shadows once, but if it went from light to shadow to light again, that's when you have problems really adjusting and picking it up. So the count now 1-2. Also should say the ball was not neon that I was hitting, which I think really would help.
Yeah, you know, baseball should adopt that.
They really should. You know, the hardest time to catch the ball during a game, as I played outfield in my baseball career here at Tarleton State, was when you look up in the sky and it's kind of, you know, right as the sun's going down. As that one chopped to the left side, she is so good at that. Throw over to second base, got her. Heads up play by Runyon as she throws it over to Hannah Reed, who has come on for Addison Whitram in this game, and a nice fielder's choice, 6-4 to get the lead runner.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, she had to be really quick, Runyon, to be able to also make that throw perfectly. Well done for Tarleton State's infield.
And again, Shelby Schultz is 1 out away from a little bit of troubles. Runner is going. Throw down to second. Not in time. Another stolen base, number 27 on the year for Maya Davis. And she didn't even wait till pitch number 2. She was going all the way. And they're going to talk about whether or not she left early, I believe, as I think we're going to get a challenge. Now, of course, when it comes to challenges in the game, the Texans have already been successful on one. If you miss one, you're in trouble. But as long as you keep getting right, you don't run out of challenges. As you kind of look at this, Yeah, and I think this is going to be very easy to determine that she went early. Guys, that's a great shot by the production crew right there. As you can see, she's off the bag, and the ball is definitely not out of the hand of Schultz. This is going to be out number 3, and it's going to be the second review for Tarleton State that benefits them and ends an inning.
And to put up a straight 0 on the board against Texas Tech, and that's a rare mistake from Maya Davis, who leads the country in stolen bases, but certainly just didn't read that right and left too early. Good inning for Tarleton State. Now, can they see if they can put something together? The biggest difference is now we're going back to the top of the order for Tarleton State, as everyone's only seen Kennedy once.
Yeah, and we should point out that just like my trivia history, my history on reviews isn't always great, so maybe I'm wrong, but that looked pretty clear to me. Do you have any disagreement with that?
No, it really looks like with that angle that she left early, and it almost is pretty surprising in that fact, just based on how good Davis has been all season long, leading the nation in stolen bases.
Officials are done pretty quickly, as we thought they would be. They'll talk it over for a moment and make the ruling down on the field, so we'll kind of, hello. She's out. She left early, and just like we thought, hey, we may not get the trivia right,
but we got that.
We got that right. We get a little bump, and we will go to the break. So 5-0 the score. The Red Raiders on top of the Texans. We move to the bottom of the 4th here on ESPN+. All right, answer for the trivia. We left you hanging. I'm going to guess it's Apex Field, guys, because it was 58%, but Coaches in Camo sounds way more fun to me personally.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of cool options up there, and Apex just seems like not my favorite of them.
Let's see. Crazy Feather Outfitters.
Did I say that? I think I did.
You either said that or Feather and Foul Outdoors.
No, I said this one. Yes!
We'll give it to you. Great job. Well, you're
what do I get for it?
You get a guided tour by Cecil Alfonso Moskowski, the local person that does stuff. I don't know. I'm going to be real honest with you. I don't have much on that one. You get a big bag of nothing is what you get, Kendra.
All right.
And I'll give you a pat on the shoulder. There you go.
I'll
Great
take
job.
it. Thank you.
Back to the top of the order for Tarleton State, as it will be Hayden Fox 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking in her first plate appearance. Looks at a first pitch ball, swings and misses that one. As bottom of the 4th, Texans put up the first 0 thanks to Maya Davis leaving a little bit early, and a successful review for the second time in this game for head coach Mark Kupion. You know, the review is something here at Tarleton State that's has only been around for a couple of years, and I've talked to Kupion before, and he really says, man, that took me a little while to get dialed into it because we don't have anybody like in football. They can review it and look over it for a second up in the box, but in softball and in baseball and in basketball, you really can't do that. You kind of just got to trust the people that you talk to and the other coaches, or even, boy, get this, trust your players.
That's always a fun sign when the players say, hey, challenge that, and the coach really shows that belief if they miss the play, because those challenges, if lost, that hurts.
3-2 the count as that one misses low. Yeah. You see some of the coaches sometimes, it's funny when the players say, yeah, and the coach goes, no. You're really hoping here. That one, foul tip and another strikeout as Hayden Fox goes down swinging this time. Strikeout number 6 for Kennedy. That one right on the corner. And that one is the toughest pitch, I think, to hit. The one on the corner, outside, and it's got that cheddar on it. You can't catch up with it as Michaela Wilson bats for the second time in this game. The freshman 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
You have to credit Fox. I mean, each of the last 2 times she stepped in the box, she's gone with that, I'm going to attack this mentality. I'm going to go out. If I'm going out, I'm going out swinging. And that's a good mentality to have as your leadoff, kind of set the tone for your other batters.
Hey, I'm getting my hacks, right? Against the best pitcher probably in the world. If you run into one and you get a hit, you can brag about that probably for the rest of your life, as that one misses 2-1.
Did you get a hit like that you brag about?
I had a hit. I had a hit against, Mike Adams? He was a setup man for the Rangers back in the day at Tarleton State. He was a pitcher at Kingswood. I had a double off of him. But the more fun moment is that one is over for a strike to even it at 2-2. After the double, I got onto second base, and he was so good, we really had almost no chance of beating him. And so you had to kind of get in his head as that one swung on and missed. Strikeout number 7 as the Texans now 0-11 at the plate. But just to finish that story, I was doing signs, like I had the signs at second base, and I guessed right. I swiped one side of my jersey, and the next pitch I swiped the other side, and there were 2 different pitches. And Mike Adams stepped off the rubber and started yelling at me and calling me a cheater. And that's the only time we ever beat him, because we kind of got in his head a little bit.
Oh.
Got him off his game. So I guess that's the best story I had. Also batted against John Lackey in junior college, and Eric Bedard as well, also major league pitchers.
Look at you.
Well, I'm not going to tell you I did good against them. Is that one over for a strike, evens the count at 1-1. Casey Schultz at the dish. Well, actually, John Lackey home runs against us when he was at Grayson Community College. So he was a good hitter as well. I like a lot of these players here that we've watched in this game that can do both pitching and hitting. We've seen that at times from Canada over the years. And then her teammate, Caitlin Terry, does both really well and is doing it at high levels. That one over for a strike as well. 2-2, and Kennedy for the first time with 1 strike away from striking out the side, as Schultz is 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field.
And I love the 2A players, especially if you're a pitcher. I mean, you know so much about what's in the arsenal. You can see pitchers better when you're inside the box. I think it really benefits you that if you are a great pitcher, why not get at bats? And we've seen that before from athletes who are pitchers coming in, like, hey, can I get some BP here? Can I try this? And they've actually had a lot of success.
That one up in the zone, strike 3, and Valdez, the catcher, excited for her pitcher, as she should be. 3 up, 3 down again. No hits for Tarleton State. We're through 4 innings. Texas Tech with a 5-0 lead. As coming to the plate, as you see the total hits leaders in the NCAA, and it was surprising when we looked over some of these numbers. As good as the Red Raiders, they're not in the top 25, but Tarleton State is there at number 24 with 285 hits coming in this game, but they don't have any today to this point, as Kennedy is just a couple of innings, really maybe 2 or 3 innings away from her 4th no-hitter as that one popped in the air over to the third baseman. And Terry with the pop out to Pinnell. And it's 1 up, 1 down, on 1 pitch for the 2nd inning in a row for Tarleton State.
And a great grab by Pinnell because that was kind of off speed. It was over her shoulders. She had to foul that ball all the way into her glove. But, yeah, you look at, Tarleton State, they do have a really good offense this year. They're topping a lot of different categories in the conference. And so you look at Texas Tech, they get their hits, they get home runs.
Yeah, they get upset. Did you see Williams right there put her hands on her head as she foul tipped that one on the check swing? And, it's okay. You get 2 more. She acted like she didn't already hit a 2-run shot today. That one hit to the shortstop, up with it, over to first, and not in time. So legs out, another single. She's 3 for 3. Remember, she had that bunt last time at the plate. So runner on first and 1 out as Williams keeps it going. Again, a bang-bang play, but I don't know if there's anything to challenge there. It really was that tie goes to the runner, which is not a thing, but when it's that close, you don't want to challenge it because you're not going to win. As Jasmine Burns comes to the plate. Burns 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking and a fly out to center field. Looks at the first pitch up in the zone. Two runs in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and then Schultz posted a goose egg in the top of the 4th against the Red Raiders. We're here in the top of the 5th, and once again, it's been Kennedy dealing, and she has not given up a hit and struck out 8 to this point in the game. 8 of the 12 batters she's faced as that one fouled straight back.
Yeah, she's coming in just as good as advertised. I mean, those numbers speak for themselves. I do like that Tarleton State's keeping Schultz in for consistency, allowing her to continue to build off that shutout 4th inning for Tarleton State and give her a chance to compete against some of the best.
There's a throw down to second base. It's offline, and Williams will have her 2nd stolen base of the game as she's up to now 14 on the season. That takes over 2nd place, and you can see she made sure that she waited for that ball to come out of the pitcher's hand this time. And it will be a runner on 2nd with 1 out. And I believe they're going to review this again. I thought it was pretty clear that she waited, but maybe I was wrong. That's happened before. As the officials will go off the field as we'll take another little break. Kupion, 2 for 2, had the challenge earlier on the play at third base that ended the inning on a double by Davis in that inning. And then the 2nd challenge was last inning that ended the inning, and it was Maya Davis leaving early. So another challenge here is, got a little, is that the boot scoot boogie? This is the cowboy capital of the world here.
Hey, you love it.
So I don't think she left early this time. I think that's a tough angle right there to see. You could kind of see that the ball wasn't out before the foot came. Let's see, right? You can see kind of, it's blurry, but that foot is on for quite some time after the arm goes past. And this is a very quick review, and this just may be, hey, we don't have enough evidence to overturn it in that situation. So here's the call. Hello. Call is confirmed, and still just 1 out. So Kupion loses that one, so just 1 challenge remaining in this game. So 2 for 3. That's pretty good.
And
667 percentage.
I don't hate the challenge there. You got him before. If it was close and you thought she might have left early, why not? You still have a challenge left, and we're in the 5th inning.
2-2 ball, fouled straight back by Burns. Yeah, you'll take any help you can get against this group here. Number 2 team in the nation coming in to face Tarleton State, who's really, since they moved to Division I back in 2000, this softball team during that time had 1 losing season during the transition from Division II to D1. But other than that, they've had winning seasons every year. And Kupion has been the coach the whole time, going back 10 years. And again, just this past weekend on Friday night, he got his 300th win of his career in the first game of a 4-game set against Rhode Island, as that one's fouled off to the right side. The Rhode Island Rams, also known as the Roadies.
Got to call a doubleheader from the game on Saturday, but it can't be said enough about Coach Kupion and the way he's able to recruit. When you're going through a transition period and your team isn't eligible to compete in the tournament for 4 years, it's hard to get players to come.
This one hit to right center field off the wall and coming around second and past third, and an easy stand-up. That's a long single there as that shot off the wall right back to DuBose, but it'll be an RBI single, make it 6-0 the score, and we'll get another. I think we're going to get a pinch runner here for Burns, as coming to the dish will be Jackie Liss, who Liss hit the second 2-run shot of the game for Texas Tech back in the third inning over the center field wall. As coming on to pinch run will be Michaela Garcia, the junior. As next game for Texas Tech will be Friday at 6 o'clock as they will take on Iowa State. Big 12 play. They are 8-1 thus far in the Big 12.
It's interesting to see how the schedules of various conferences are put together, whereas Tarleton State is still awaiting their first conference game. We saw Rhode Island this past weekend. I mean, they had gone through 2 series of conference play. Big 12 has already gotten into conference play.
Kind of an interesting day. Now, of course, softball's different with how you would manage pitchers. 3 days off for Tarleton State before they play on Friday. So Schultz will get plenty of rest to be able to work, but you know, at least to this point tonight, as you see the numbers for Liss and the 2-run home run we talked about, at least to this point tonight, you know, in baseball in the midweek game, the Texans actually beat Texas, the number 2 team in the nation. Last Tuesday in Austin, had the pleasure of being there to call that game. But, you know, you can't pitch your best pitchers in those situations. It's this one down, and it's going to be extra bases again for Liss. Around third, headed to the plate, and sliding in safe is Garcia, as the lead balloons to 7-0 as another run comes across, as that is extra base hit number 5 in this game for Texas Tech. They've had now 9 hits, and 5 of them have been extra base hits, as that one hops the wall.
What a beautiful hit by Jackie Liss. Comes off the barrel so well. Perfect location where you get it past the center fielder and just allows a run to come in.
First pitch down in the turf, as it's the third baseman, Penill. Taylor Penill in this game, 2 for 2. Steps in again, and got to remember in softball there is a 8-run rule after 5, so that runner on second base is Penill swings through that one. Very important to both teams, because especially the way that Kennedy's pitching, if you can get that run, Texans will be forced to get one, as that one straight to DuBose in center field. She'll reel it in for out number 2, and Tarleton State 1 out away from ensuring that they'll get to play in the 6th. As a good play there by DuBose, but that one was hit hard as well. As now coming to the plate, looks like we'll have another pinch hitter, as Quiroga was the 7-hole hitter. On to hit for her will be Logan Halliman, who actually came in for defensive purposes a couple of innings ago. We saw her make a play in left field back in the 4th. Halliman on the season batting .333. That pitch misses outside to even the count at 1-1.
Now, if you're Tarleton State, I mean, you're just trying to extend this game as long as you can. Try and get a hit off of Kennedy. And for Schultz, she's just working on her endurance. That was one of the things that Coach Kupion had talked about.
That one popped into right field. Underneath it is Wilson. She'll make the catch to end the inning, so the Texans will hold the Red Raiders to 2 runs in the top of the 5th inning, but it has been all Texas Tech in this one. They lead 7-0, moving to the bottom of the 5th. Well, if you haven't heard, over the last couple of years, Texas Tech has been good at softball. And largely because the young lady in the circle here today, but they are the number 2 team in the nation. And you take a look at the top 10 teams, Texas on top at 28-1. That new stat come out, and the top 10 came out this morning. In Oklahoma, they're at 31-2, and you can Stephenville fans who have come out to this game, we've got a lot of Red Raider fans. They travel real well over all the nation for all their sports, but they're getting to see just what it's all about, as it has been a no-hitter. Texans 0 for 12, and it's actually to this point, too, don't want to jinx it, but it's our job as a broadcaster to say it's been a perfect game. There have been no base runners on for Tarleton State. 8 strikeouts, no walks, no hit by pitches, and Texans will send up 4, 5, 6 to try and break that up this inning. As J.J. Duke leading things off very quickly up in the count, 2-0.
And if you're Kennedy, as fierce of a competitor as she is, I know she wants to walk out of here being perfect on the day, and even a win might not be satisfying if she gives up a late hit here.
Well, we're also told that she may make an appearance on they weren't really specific with it, but she'll make an appearance on a popular show or something like that after this. She's got some plans, and you can see why she'd be really fun to talk to, as now 3-1, 1 ball away from putting her first runner on base of this game. She's been really good. This is the first time I can remember her being down 3-1. This one hit to the right side. Popped up. Williams, the second baseman, up underneath it and will make the catch for out number 1. So, again, when push comes to shove, Kennedy knows how to get it done, and she's been doing it for as long and as well as anybody in all the softball world. Is now coming will be Braylon Pinnell, the Tarleton State third baseman, who's 0 for 1 on the evening. That one a little bit low. The umpire behind the plate, Hector Torres-May, his ball call and his strike call kind of look the same there for a second. He's got a little wiggle, and then he'll give the little right arm, but sometimes it throws me off as the 1-0 fouled off to the right side. Out of play, 1-1.
Kennedy is doing everything possible in her career to take advantage of all the opportunities. NIL, getting to go on TV shows. I mean, this is the epitome of someone who is taking advantage of everything that is given her.
Yeah, and for sure, it's one of the fun things to watch is that one catches the inside corner to make the count 1-2. But it's so great that you're not just seeing, male players benefit from NIL. It's female players across the nation as well, as we're seeing a huge, spike in the amount and the appreciation, whether it be, the WNBA teams getting and players getting new contracts and their deal reworked, or players like Kennedy here at the college level that are being recognized for their excellence in the sport that they play.
You just look at how far that has come. $1 million in NIL, the first college softball player to get that. You look into the crowd and you can see so many Red Raider young girls with Kennedy signs and Kennedy jerseys, and that's so exciting, growing the sport, and to have someone as solid of a leader and competitor to look up to in Kennedy, it's just great for women's sports overall.
2-2 as that one misses down. Pinnell doing a good job of fighting off a couple of tough pitches by the righty as she continues to push here. No hits as that one chopped foul. 2-2. Yeah, you know, it's been crazy, especially during that playoff run in the NCAA bracket last season for Texas Tech. Got all the way to the championship game, and Kennedy threw every single pitch the whole way through and really almost got her team home where they wanted to be. They came up just short, and she comes back with another opportunity to try and do it again. And this time, talked about people like Caitlin Terry. She's got some help. So, you know, I can't imagine how hard it was for her, as that one will be ball 4 and the first base runner of the game. So still a no-hitter, but the perfect game has been dashed here in the bottom of the 5th as Pinnell goes down to first base, the first base runner of the game for Tarleton State, and Coach Kupion is going to make a change for a base runner here for Tarleton as Michaela Gilliland will go down to first base. The sophomore infielder will pinch run. And so Texans here will bring Madison Runyon to the plate. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out to the second baseman in her first plate appearance. Bunts this one, and Valdez all over it. She pops out of the crouch behind the plate, walks that one down the first base line, and very quickly another out as Isabel Bojkovic will step in as the Texans hoping to move a runner to second base for the first time in this game.
And that's where you can see the connection between Valdez and Kennedy.
That one over the head, and it will be down. Tarleton State gets a hit, and it's runners on first and second as a walk and now a hit, and Tarleton State with a chance to put some runs across the plate as that one just over the head of Tony, the shortstop. And you can see the little celebration there. What is that? Do you know what that's called?
No, I don't know what it's called, but it's very popular
I've seen it a ton here. It looks like, I don't know if that's smelly, but that wasn't smelly. That was a great hit.
No, it's all over TikTok, Byron. If you're on that, I should know because I'm on there far too much. But head coach Mark Kupion had said that one of the best parts about this team this year is how fun the dugout has been. And we haven't seen as much excitement from the Texans dugout, but this is where you really bring that hype, empower your team. And, you know, you have those signs in the locker room that are just what we did well, not just, you know, win-loss and drawing a walk against Kennedy, getting a base hit, all great things to go on that board after today.
Addison Whittram back in the game. She got the start, and then coming in for her for a couple of innings for Tarleton State was Hannah Reed, but she will bat again here. As a check swing, did she go? No, she did not. Count will move to 2-2 as 2 outs. Runners on first and second is Tarleton State. And the fans here, the sold-out crowd at the Tarleton State softball complex, hoping for a run. That one misses high and outside, and it's a full count. So the runners will be off with the pitch.
And this is that same inning where Kennedy has gotten behind in the count a couple times, very unlike her.
Swing and a miss, the 9th strikeout of the game retires the Texans, and they strand 2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The no-hitter and perfect game are gone, but still a shutout going for Kennedy and Texas Tech. Coach for the for the Texas Tech Red Raiders is Jerry Glasgow. How about this number? He's 62-0 in conference series dating back to his time at Louisiana. That is absolutely ridiculous. That's probably 62-0 is probably like 12 seasons of conference play.
I mean, it really is insane when you just look at his overall resume. Just has had success everywhere he goes. Turned his last program into a perennial powerhouse. And just is an elite recruiter. You can't say enough good things. And all the players, I mean, they speak so highly of, obviously, what he's done.
10 times over that span of the 62 series that they've won in a row, going back to his time at Louisiana. 10 times they have been down as that one fouled off to the left side. As leading off the inning is Lauren Allred. But they've lost the first game and come to sweep the next two. I mean, that right there is just kind of one of those things that is obviously very, very impressive. But, it's just good coaching and having enough good teams to get it done as that one misses away 2-1. Top of the 6th inning. Couple of 2-run shots by the Red Raiders in Williams and Liss. Got the scoring started early. They have added 3 other runs throughout this game to take a 7-0 lead. And again, big inning for Shelby Schultz as she continues to kind of try and extend this game here. As if you allow a run this inning, you're talking about the 8-run rule being in play. As that one hit hard to the right side, going back right next to the wall is Michaela Wilson, and she'll make the catch. And that's a tough catch, Kendra, because not only is she moving to her left and she has to catch the ball over the shoulder, but she's also looking into that sun as well. Impressive catch by the right fielder for the Texans.
You can take a look here, just really impressive to be able to follow that. She did a great job shielding the sun and watching the ball go into the glove, which is, sounds easy, but it's textbook.
One of the different things about turf that I think would be interesting, never played on this kind of turf myself. I was an outfielder, is now Victoria Valdez coming to the plate, who walked in her first plate appearance. But, the warning tracks used to be dirt as compared to grass. And as a player, you get used to and you actually train. When you hit that, you feel it with your feet and you gear it down a little bit. That's no longer the case with these turf fields. There's not, it's turf all the way through. As that one swung through, I think it was foul tip. Couldn't tell. Looked like there was some English coming off the bat of it, but 1-2. But something different and, harder for the players to really get used to it. And many of these ladies may have never actually played. So many of them play on turf. They have maybe never actually played with a real warning track.
You tell some of these younger players about the dirt warning track, and they look at you like, how old are you?
Yeah, that's true. I think they do that to me more than they probably do that to you. I try not to share many too old things, but there's some folks my age listening to this game.
Hey, you'd be surprised. There are some things that I see from these college athletes, and I'm like, wow, maybe I am getting old.
Well, that happens, and that's okay. 1-2. What was the thing you brought up earlier today when we were getting ready for this game? You said today is the 20th anniversary of something that was really special to you as a kid. What was it?
Hannah Montana. I mean, I grew up on that. It's Hannah Montana Day. It's a big day.
That one swung through as Valdez goes down on strikes. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game, recorded by Schultz as she goes up in the zone and gets the strikeout back to the top of the order. And it's 2 up, 2 down in this game for the first time for Texas Tech. Now it's Maya Davis coming to the plate. She is 1 for 3 on the evening. Average sits at 459. She has a double and an RBI in this game, and then tried to steal back in the 4th and left early. Was called out after a review. As this one chopped to left side, going to be a tough play. Up with it, thrown over. Speed kills, and speed never slumps. And you see it right there. I guess unless you pull a hamstring. But you see it right there from Davis. She gets down the line fast. And again, that young lady represents what could be the winning run as it's 7-0. And now one of the better hitters in all the nation this season, and Caitlin Terry coming to the plate. Came into this game batting .560 on the season. She is 0 for 3 in the game. Reached on an error back in the first and came around to score on the home run by Maya Williams, who's on deck. But other than that, for her, hasn't been as productive as usual. As this one, a sliding play to the left side, safe at second. Good job by Wittrum to stop the ball, but when she tried to scoop it over to second, again, that speed kills, and Davis slides in safe. And I think, again, we can both say it's a great shot by our team. That is safe at second base as Stephanie Phillips is going to come out and talk to her pitcher.
I think if you're going up against any other player, I mean, Davis has such incredible speed. That could be an out every time.
Yeah.
Really great effort from Wittrum to be able to stop that, because Terry just got a piece of the barrel on that one. And
but at both first and second, she beat out the throw. You know, it's probably a normal bang-bang play. It's just that she's so fast. And the other thing, too, is lefties with that kind of slap hitting that they do to that left side have such an advantage, because 2 or 3 feet closer to the to first base, and also swinging as they run. I mean, they really get a head start on it. I've always thought that left-handed swings, so everybody, you ever heard the terminology that left-handed swings look better and prettier than a right-hander swings? You know why that is?
because they just are.
Because they just are. No, it's not because they're great artists or because they're left-handed or anything. It's really simple. When they finish their swing, they're going to first base, right? So it's just a natural finish. When a right-hander swings, they have to turn and go the other way, and it just doesn't look clean. So there you go. As Williams takes the first pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Williams has really been the star offensively for the Red Raiders. She scored 3 runs in this game. She's got 2 stolen bases, and she's got a 2-run home run as well. That one swung through and missed, 0-2. 2 outs, 2 on. I don't know very many people outside the sport of softball where the first at bat you hit a home run and the next one you'll throw down a drag bunt. That was absolutely perfect. That one just outside off the plate. Schultz with a good pitcher's pitch trying to get Williams to commit. She does not.
And it's so hard to lay down the bunt so that it's not a sack bunt where you're getting out, where you're actually making it to base. Just so impressive.
Again, that time up in the zone. And they're actually saying now it's 3-1. For a minute they had a 2-strike count on. So 3-1, change that count. And now a really good hitter's count to Williams, who has been raking, and she hits this one hard again, but it was right at the left fielder in J.J. Duke. And so the Texans will at least get to the 7th inning as they hold the runners to first and second. No runs on 1 hit, 2 left on. It's a 7-0 lead for the Red Raiders going to the bottom of the 6th. Into the game, Samantha Lincoln, the sophomore out of Massachusetts, as she comes on into this one. Lincoln actually leads the team in ERA at 1.31 on the season. She's 6-0. This will be her 12th appearance, her 4th in relief. 37 in the third innings pitch. She's given up 24 hits, 9 runs, 7 of them earned. Struck out 34 and walked 6. Opposing hitters batting 179 against the lefty, who takes over for Candidate, who has another great performance, but I think probably what Coach Glasgow is thinking, she can't get the no-hitter anymore. She can't get the perfect game anymore, obviously, in the reverse order. But it's time to shut her down, save her for the weekend, let somebody else get some action in here. But again, for these Tarleton fans and the Texas Tech fans that made the trip, just a pleasure watching her work throughout the day.
Yeah, it was really fun to see her in person and what she has in her arsenal. And Samantha Lincoln is another great pitcher for this program. It's her second year with the program. She has come a long way over the last year and a half. Unfortunately, she was out for a few games this year with a foot injury, so they've just begun phasing her back in, but she's got an incredible drop ball. She'll work the curve in and out, and she's really been working on her off speed, adding that to her toolbox. So she has great pitchers to learn from in Caitlin Terry and Kennedy. So can't get better than that to have a young pitcher come in and be so productive.
Certainly is the case. Is 1-1 to count. I need to get her height too. She is a tall drink of water. Is long lefty. Brings some heat right back to the pitcher as DeBose, the 9-hole hitter, hits it back up the middle, and not only can she deal, but she can field her position as well, as it's 1 up, 1 down for the Texans.
And that was really a high ball coming up, but Lincoln is very tall. She's got a great wingspan, which means she can also do a lot of things as a pitcher with those long arms that make it challenging for opposing batters to read.
So back to the top of the order for Tarleton State, and Hayden Fox looks at a first pitch strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Fox 0 for 2. Texans got their first hit last inning. Isabella Wojkovic with a single into left field, just over the shortstop head, Tony. That one down in the turf, 1-1. Fox 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking and a strikeout swinging. You always want that regular K and not that reverse K if you're a hitter. You don't want to have the strikeout looking and kind of drag your bat back into the dugout, table for 1.
There's nothing worse than that when you leave it.
As she leaves that one a little bit out over the plate, and this time Texans wrap one into right field just in front of Kate Terry. Tarleton State with hits in back-to-back innings. They try to get something started here in the bottom of the 6th. Good job of staying back and letting that ball travel and going the other way.
Yeah, great work for Tarleton State, because now, they might have just gotten used to what Kennedy was throwing. You throw in Lincoln, you get a hit right off the bat.
So 1 out, runner at first and we did see Hayden Fox put it together some good at bats and really go late in the count against Kennedy as well. So no surprise that she gets a hit here late in this game. The second hit of the game for Tarleton State, first off of the new pitcher, double deuce Samantha Lincoln. Is now the right fielder Wilson coming to the plate. Michaela Wilson 0 for 2, average down to 378 on the season. Couple of strikeouts, both swinging. As Texans love to push across a run here in this one. That one chopped foul. Watch out over there. Along with a lot of fans, a lot of media out here at this game as well. Traveling to see the number 2 team in the nation. And I believe this is the highest ranked team that's ever come in any sport to play Tarleton State athletics, at least outside of, FCS football, which is a different level. If you include all the Division I schools like you do in everything else but football. This one looped over to the left side, and now Tony will get in front of it and make the catch for the second out of the inning. And Tarleton State trying not to strand another runner over at first. That's only their third base runner of the game, and is now one of their better hitters, the 3-hole hitter, Casey Schultz, come to the plate. Schultz is 0 for 2. Average sits at 361.
Hey, what better person to help train you as a batter than to have your sister, Shelby, throwing you daggers day in and day out in the backyard?
That is true. the identical twins probably had some great matchups over the years in the backyard. And as they say, iron sharpens iron. Certainly those two. Schultz's sharpen Schultz's. That one hit to the left side. Third baseman is over, gobbles it up, and that will do it for the Texans in the bottom of the 6th inning. No runs on one hit, one left on, as Pannell makes the 5-3 out to end the inning. Tech holds the lead. Percentage leaders across the nation. Once again, Tarleton State in the top 41 at 420 on the year. As, again, Shelby Schultz coming out to finish this one off for Tarleton State. As this first pitch fouled off to the right side, Jasmine Burns to lead things off, as it will be 4-5-6 for Texas Tech.
When you look at the team comparisons between Tarleton State and Texas Tech in a lot of offensive categories, the Texans aren't that far off in a lot of them. I mean, there's some big differences. Stolen base attempts, 19 attempts for Tarleton State. You're looking at 87 for Texas Tech. But, I mean, team batting average, Texans batting .330, Texas Tech batting .393. The biggest difference is definitely inside the circle, 5.47 team ERA compared to just a 1.57.
Well, if you can get it done, whether it be in baseball on the mound or, like you said, in the circle here in softball, it's such an advantage for your team, because some nights you only need one, and that has been the case here for Texas Tech. Tarleton Late has got a couple of players on base, but for the most part, it's been all Texas Tech as they lead 7-0, as now the count runs even at 2-2 to Burns, who's 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI back in the 5th. Before that, struck out looking in the 1st and flied out to center back in the 3rd. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off down the right side. And the third base coach for Texas Tech, that was about 20 feet foul and almost hit off the fence. But he was doing what mascots do in football games when it's right down the middle and the opposing team's mascot is doing this, where they're, and you can't see this on TV, but I'm saying no good. He was saying that's fair. It's fair, and it was literally 20 feet off the side over there. 2-2 pitch up and out of the zone. Been impressed by Shelby Schultz. She's been good all season, but, you know, the first time taking on Texas Tech at home. They'll actually scheduled to play them one more time later this season originally. But this one popped to the right side, and that's hit well. Going back and looking up, it's an opposite field home run. The kids call that Oppo Taco, and it makes it 8-0 as Jasmine Burns puts a charge in one. It's the 3rd home run of the game for Texas Tech, as Burns now has home run number 7 on the season and RBI number 22, and that one hit very well to right center field by Burns, as her teammates give her the high five. And here's the replay here. Again, staying back and getting good wood on it and going over the L, the second L in softball in right field.
That was just a fantastic at-bat for Burns. And you look, as good as Schultz has been, you leave one pitch for Texas Tech and they capitalize. But the damage is not as much as you've seen across the country.
That one off the bottom of the wall. DeBose will field it as it's back-to-back lasers off the bats of Burns and Jackie Liss, as Liss had a home run earlier in the game, and that is her third extra base hit as she lined out to center, and that one was hard back in the first inning, if you remember, to end the inning, and then hit a home run in the third and a double in the fifth, and now has another double here in the seventh inning. Still no outs, as Schultz here in a little bit of trouble.
This would be a great test for Schultz. Can you work out of this inning? And you love the support, as we were talking. Some of the members of Tarleton State's women's basketball program have entered and have taken their spot in the stands. Of course, their season done, but love to see the fellow athletes support. Fox will have a word with Schultz.
Had a lot of that earlier today, Tarleton State, with the introductory press conference to introduce their new men's basketball coach over at the brand new EECU Center, as Fox goes out from behind the plate to talk to her hurler there. Short discussion. You can see part of the reason Kupion likes Fox so much is so just energetic and encouraging to her team members. You need a handful of those young ladies on each team, but really helps if you can have one or two for sure. As the third baseman, Taylor Penill, is 2 for 3, average up to 385 on the season. Has a double and a run scored as well. That one, ball 4, is 4 in a row. Don't see anybody in the bullpen for Tarleton State, as this one will go the distance. And, you know, just honestly, as we will get a new pitcher coming into the game, that has to be somewhat of a win for Tarleton State. But we'll talk about that and the new pitcher when we return. Abigail Dow will be the new pitcher for Tarleton State, 5'6" lefty out of Iowa Park, Texas, a transfer from Boise State. The junior will come on here with a runner on second base and first base and nobody out. As you see the numbers on the season, 11 appearances. This will be her 12th, 5-1, 6.44 ERA, 25 innings pitched. And she has had a little problem with control, as you see the 28 walks to 14 strikeouts. And in a situation here where you get an opportunity to pinch against the number 2 team in the nation, nothing to hold back, might as well go right at them.
Good for Schultz. I mean, you could tell that she probably wanted that complete game. A competitor like herself wants the ball in her hand, but a great experience to give Abigail Dow some looks inside the circle against the top team. But yeah, those walks have hurt. She needs to be a little bit more consistent, but she does have a low opponent average, which has helped her kind of get into that number 2 role as a pitcher.
First pitch is a ball. Showing bunt is Halliman, the left-handed hitter who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field. As that one chopped foul, making it 0-2. Final numbers on, well, they're not final as of yet for Shelby Schultz, but currently 6 innings pitched. She gave up 13 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned. The 2 runners on base will be her property as well. Struck out 3 and walked 3, facing 33 batters. The ERA right now at 3.75. That one popped up over and nobody at second base and kind of into the no man's land right behind the circle there. The pitcher couldn't get to it. Now the bases are loaded as the shortstop for the Texans, Runyon, came up with it but didn't have anywhere to go, and this is just kind of perfectly chopped over the pitcher, and they might have had a chance at second base, but both Runyon and Wittrum had to take a look at that one, and neither of them by the bag as that pitch is over for a strike, as now the bases loaded for the first time. And Haley Toney, the shortstop at the plate, 0 for 2 thus far this evening.
It almost looked like Wittrum was running behind Runyon in case it got past her, but left second base open. And that's just, one of the things that Coach Kumpian had talked about with the infield, of just working together, finding out what works. It's a completely new infield this year, and they're just trying to work out the kinks before conference play.
Yeah, that one right there, you can't blame anybody, right? Because it's just, everybody's trying to get the ball. You might talk a little bit, but
just a great placed ball.
And the other thing, a high chopper like that, as the 0-2 pitch comes through a little bit outside off the hand of Dow. But on this turf, again, it's different than regular grass. And a lot of times it can have a lot of spin on it, so it can look like it's going to the second baseman. And we've seen it before. I've seen him go down the first base line and make a turn. As that one hit to the right side, it will get down in front of Wilson. One runner's across, another one coming to the plate. The throw was in time, but couldn't get the tag down on Peniel. And it'll be 2 more runs for Texas Tech, now up to 10 in this game. And Tarleton State struggling here in inning number 7 to find an out, and another good piece of hitting, this time by Toney as she gets her first hit of the day.
That hit looked so pretty from Toney, just took it all the way down the first baseline. Almost looked like it was happening in slow motion, but this is where the game gets a little bit out of control. Tarleton State did a great job limiting and being able to play out the full 7 innings, but now with no outs on the board and the lineup, things could be getting a little chaotic here.
Allison Dobbs will be the pinch hitter. She'll hit for Victoria Valdez. Dobbs also a catcher, so you would figure she would stay in defensively, as Dow's first pitch misses way outside. Dow's done a good job. We saw that stat when the inning started when she came in. It said that she struck out 14 and walked 28. She's done a good job putting the ball over the plate here to these Texas Tech hitters and challenging. You certainly don't at any point during the game. As we take a look back, see if home was touched there. Ooh, good catch there by our crew. I don't think she got it. I don't know if that angle gives it to you 100%. This one back up the middle, and 2 more runs will come across. DeBose fires it in down to second base. Good job catching the runner, trying to advance, and a nice tag there as the ball comes out, but the out is recorded. So the Texans get 1 as Dobbs tried to take the extra base on the throw home, but a good cut and throw back to second base is 12-0 the score.
And I like the awareness from Tarleton State on the defensive side. The play wasn't done. You had an opportunity to get an out, and any outs you can get, especially during this big inning for the Red Raiders, is huge.
Good play there to cut that one by Boykovich, and of course those orders coming from the catcher, Hayden Fox, behind the plate. Made the good throw to second base, and then it was the shortstop, Runyon, tracking down the runner in Dobbs. Is now 1 out, nobody on. 5 runs across, and back to the top of the order where it doesn't get any easier as Maya Davis back at the plate. Davis with a couple of hits, 2 for 4 in this game, a double, RBI, and a single. Actually wasn't caught stealing, but caught leaving early after review back in the 4th inning. That helped the Texans get out of trouble as that pitch slows it down. 2-1. I always thought that one would be the hardest to hit. Never really played softball, but when they really do the slow pitch there, it looks like when they do that. You ever watch the old Bugs Bunny?
Yes.
When he would pitch, 1, 2, 3, you're out. 1, 2, 3, you're out. 1, 2, 3, and the guy strikes out. He threw it so slow, 3 different batters struck out swinging. As that one misses it well as well. 3-1.
Those are the ones that just make you feel good as a pitcher. Like, I got you.
Yeah. Way out in front as this one chopped to the left side. Throw over to first, and calling her safe over at first. As Davis again legs out an infield single. How many of those do you think she gets a year?
Oh, my goodness.
Probably like 60. She's had 3 tonight as bang, bang. That one could have gone either way. And we may get the second review. Actually, it'll be the 4th review of the game. I don't know about this one. It is very bang-bang. It looks like the ball is in the glove, but it looks like that foot's just starting to touch the bag. I would say it's 12-0. So you might.
I think Coach Kupion was like, hey, you know what? If I can maybe sneak it out here, I lose my challenge.
Well,
but
I don't know, though. That review right there, and another great shot by the Crew. I think she's out because, look, the ball hits the glove and her foot's still not on it. That's a great shot right there. Again, shout out to all our camera operators here at Tarleton State. Most of these young men and women that are helping us out are students here at Tarleton State. All of them today, I'm told. Of course, Blaine Temez puts it all together, our director of video production here at Tarleton State University. I don't know if that's his official title, but close enough.
Our trusty leader.
That's right. Barking out the orders and keeping us in line.
I mean, for an entire all-student production, these camera angles have been fantastic.
And the review is over. Sorry to interrupt. Out number 2 as Mark Kupion goes 3 for 4 on challenges in this game. As now Terry will come back to the plate, take one more look at it. And Davis will go down for the second out as Caitlin Terry 1 for 4 coming to the plate. Terry got her first hit of the game last inning as she singled and was stranded at first base. Has also reached on an error, lined out to the shortstop, and then popped out to the third baseman.
And that play was really all credit to Madison Runyon for making the grab, the backhanded grab, and then the throw over to beat a player like Davis. You have to be happy with that work.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Things happen fast in softball. As that one a check swing, Runyon will have another attempt here, and she'll make it. The 6-3 ground out ends the inning, but not after some more damage is done by the Red Raiders. They get 5 runs on 4 hits and take a 12-0 lead to the bottom of the 7th. State, it will be the start of Western Athletic Conference play as they will head to UT Arlington to take on the Mavericks. Tarleton will actually also host the WAC Conference Tournament later this year. I think both myself and Kendra Sheehan will get to be on the call for some of those games. Really excited to have those here. Probably won't be hot at all in May in Texas.
Hopefully no weather delays is what we're really looking for.
Well, last year he had a couple of delays. Surprisingly, Riverside at California Baptist
it was
heat. It was heat that actually delayed some of the games. And,
apparently the week before, 60s, cool, tournament comes, hundreds.
Yeah, we were baking. We went to Portland earlier this year for Tarleton football, and I didn't know it got to over 100 degrees in Portland, Oregon, but we certainly found the one day of the year that it did, as nobody has air conditioning in those booths there either, as it will be as we get back to business here, 12-0. Second inning of work for Samantha Lincoln. This one hit hard to the right side. Texans trying to get a hit to start the inning, but J.J. Duke flies out for out number 1, and it's 4 up, 4 down. Well, actually 1 hit. I take that back for Samantha Lincoln, as now it will be Braylon Pennell coming to the plate, 0 for 1 on the afternoon. But you can see why the Red Raiders are the number 2 team in the nation, as Coach Glasgow has his team running like a well-oiled machine. What was the name of his hunting company?
Oh, it had something with feather in it.
Yeah. he's got those feathers out today.
Yes.
That one runs inside. 2-0. Pennell was the first base runner of the game 2 innings ago, and she was able to draw a walk that broke up the perfect game for Kennedy. That one on the outside corner to make the count 2-1. And the Texans followed with a base hit. And Kennedy still in line for the win, but will not get her 3rd no-hitter as a Red Raider.
She will keep her perfect 13-0 on the season.
It appears that way, although that one not quite over. I don't know that we've seen weirder things to get 13 or 12 runs before 2 outs, but I promise you, it's been done in this sport before. Don't know that that'll happen tonight. The count runs to 2-2 after the check swing foul ball. 1 out, nobody on here. Bottom of the 7th. That one chopped to the left side, backhanded, and it will be an out at first base. And the Texans down to their final out here in this one, as a good play by the third baseman in Pennell to get Pennell on the throw.
That was a rocket of a throw as well.
It was, and she did a good job, backhanded it. That one again, a bang-bang. And it will be coming to the plate, the shortstop, Madison Runyon, who's 0 for 2. Runyon, a couple of nice plays herself in the 6-hole last inning, as she got the speedy runner Davis thanks to help from a review. And then ended the inning getting out Terry on the same type of play. That one over for a strike. And for the first time, Texans down to their final strike in this game. Texas Tech looking to get win number 31 on the season to move to 31-2. As stepping back in the circle, the big lefty, Samantha Lincoln. That one hit to the left side, and going over is Tony. And she'll bring that one in with a nice play to end this one. Final score, 12-0. Texas Tech gets their 31st win of the season to move to 31-2, while the Texans fall to 21-14. Kendra, been a pleasure doing the game with you. Final thoughts on what you saw today?
Obviously, Texas Tech came in here and they did what we expected to showcase that high-powered offense. But Tarleton State, you take little wins. You take away drawing the walk, getting a few base hits, preventing the perfect game, some infield plays. So there are things you can grow on, and you can take this as a great experience. And you did a few things right that will lend itself down the road, especially when conference play gets underway.
That will do it. Final score once again, 12-0. The Red Raiders get it started early with the 2-run shot by Williams and finish strong thanks to the arms of Kennedy and Lincoln. Texas Tech now 31-2 on the season. Texans fall to 21-14. That will do it for Kendra Sheehan. I'm Byron Anderson saying so long, everybody. This has been a presentation of ESPN.